I've been on the pill since I was 14 years old. Yeah, 14. I'm turning 29 today, which means I've been on it for 15 years, which is essentially my whole adult life, which means I've never experienced adulthood without synthesized hormones running through my body until now, today, my 29th birthday. I got off the pill 2.5 weeks ago, and I want to talk about exactly what's happened and how I'm feeling mentally, physically, emotionally, because honestly, getting off the pill for me was super scary, and I wanted to know naturally how I was going to feel, and I feel like it's quite a daunting thing to do, especially when you've been on it for such a long time. So I want to try and reduce the stress for anyone I can and tell you my experience so that you realise that it's nothing to be too scared about. Or is it? Let's talk about it. So for me, I listened to a lot of podcasts recently around women's contraception, hormones, the pill, etc. And I've been meaning to go off the pill for such a long time because I have realised I've been on it for 15 years, which is such a long time. And it's not great considering, yes, there are no side effects, but you genuinely don't know. It differs from person to person, and it's quite hard to figure out what's right for your body. And I've seen a lot of my friends come off the contraception and have had such incredible results of feeling so different within their body. And I'm kind of scared because I don't know what I am like as a person without these hormones running through my body. So I thought it would be better to try, especially now as I'm getting older. You know, we will have a family at some point, but it's just better to get off it, see how I'm actually feeling, know my body, know what's normal for me, because I actually don't know what's normal for me. And I thought now's the perfect time, just before summer, so I could be nice and bloated. No, I'm joking. Yeah, let's get into what I've experienced. So just for context, I've been on a combined pill for the last 15 years. I've been on the same one since I was 14 years old. I got on it originally because of my skin. So I was quite scared coming off it because I was thinking maybe this will affect my skin quite a lot. Still can, because obviously this is only like 2.5 weeks in. Also, like, I don't know what my body would be like without it. And also it typically masks a lot of symptoms. Like right now, I sometimes get quite bad periods, probably 1 in every 3 periods. So I kind of think, oh, maybe it will make it worse, like my period pain. But it would just be good to know what's actually natural for me. Because obviously the contraception and the pill, well, different types of contraception, but it like does mask a lot of symptoms. So it'll be interesting to see if my periods get heavier and more painful, and also about like my moods. And recently I've been feeling quite numb with like emotions and with how I'm feeling in my body. So I just want to see if that has changed coming off it. So I'm going to take you through everything that I found step by step in the first week. I basically just stopped taking it after I had my break, and the first, if you see me looking over here, it's because my laptop's here, but the first 1 to 3 days I was feeling completely normal, absolutely the same as any other time if I was on the pill. Then day 4, I suddenly was feeling super sick. I don't know what was going on. I was just feeling so nauseous. Like I wanted to eat, then I actually went to go and eat, and I like genuinely thought I was going to throw up, but it only lasted for a day, so I wasn't too bothered by that. Then day 5 I was feeling fine. Day 6 I suddenly started feeling amazing. I was on top of the world, genuinely felt so energized, and same with day 7. The only thing is, throughout that whole week I was definitely feeling more bloated, but like not like bloated, more like my stomach was really hard and bloated rather than just like bloat. Do you know what I mean? But in general, the last 2 weeks I've been feeling like quite hard stomached, but actually it's been fine. Like other than that, it's just a bit of bloating, and I assumed that would be the case, so I'm not too bothered. Everyone says it takes about a month to really adjust for your body to like adjust to new life, I suppose, without these synthesized hormones running through your body. Yeah, other than that, day 6, day 7, I was at my peak. I was literally loving life. It was the best time. It was the best time. I was really thinking, oh, I can get used to this life. I feel like I felt such a heightened sense of emotions in like the most positive way, and it made me realize how much I think I have had masking and like numbness in my feelings for so long, because I haven't felt so elated in such a long time. So yeah, really happy about that result, because it's definitely carried on, not as much, but definitely feeling the effects in a positive way in that sense. Day 8, it was just feeling more in tune with my body. I would definitely say like my mum, dad, don't listen to this, but like my libido's got higher, and I feel like a heightened sense in that sense, whereas before, again, I was quite numb to it. And then day 10 and 11, I was feeling a bit down because the weather was really bad, and my mood really does follow the weather. So that wasn't great, but I also think technically that would be the start of my luteal phase if I was going through a normal cycle. I don't know if I am, but I mean, it's normal to get some PMS and feeling a bit and like, what is my life? But also I didn't encourage it with my environment. For example, I stayed inside all day. I did do my 10,000 steps and walks and stuff, but like in general I was feeling a bit sick anyway, so maybe that's why, because all of those things relate, don't they? So it was probably also my own doing. Day 11, day 12, I've been feeling so much better. Day 13, so much better. 14, so much better. And just, yeah, in general, I would say the main thing that I've rediscovered about myself is that, like, I just feel so much less numb, which is such a positive experience. So regarding my skin, I was definitely a bit worried, because obviously originally I got put on the pill for my skin when I was 14, so I was thinking, oh, it's going to break out my skin, but actually I've had no issues with my skin. It's actually really glowing, so I just kept with my normal skincare routine, and in general I feel like it's worked out very well. No issues really. So skin, no issues to report. Bloating, would definitely say it's a good solid 8 or 9 out of 10 for 2 weeks, but that's okay. I feel like trust the process. Hunger, I would say my hunger levels are basically the same as when they, like, as my normal cycle, so no issues there. Emotions, I would definitely say it's heightened. Yeah, I saw a birthing video, which usually is not something that I would ever cry about. It's something that I would probably be kind of like icked out by seeing someone give like poo in a bath. But genuinely, I like cried. It was like a really beautiful moment, and I don't think I would ever cry at that normally. So it's definitely, my emotions are definitely heightened, but in like a positive way, like seeing more beauty and stuff, I would say. I haven't had a proper crash out yet, so I'll let you know how that goes when it does happen. And yeah, my libido is definitely higher, so that's a positive, you know. So those are all the symptoms I've been tracking. But in the first 2.5 weeks, I genuinely am so glad I did it. I don't feel like it's something that should be scary, because you're just getting more in tune with your body. So definitely a positive experience so far. The main things that have been stressing me out, though, I have had like a few worries coming off the pill. More like, who the hell am I? Because honestly, I was a bit nervous of like, as I haven't had life as an adult without the pill, but yeah, the one thing is that's stressing me out is like, I actually don't know where I am on my cycle, right? Because your hormones are just going to be all over the place. I don't know whether I am in my luteal phase or I am, and from coming from someone who's been so regular for 15 years, because it's been synthetic, not knowing where I am and like what stage of my cycle, it is a bit daunting, it is a bit stressful. So that's something to think about. I don't know when I'm going to get my period. I'm going to have to like keep bringing tampons and stuff everywhere with me, because I don't know when it's going to happen, which is a bit like, oh, kind of weird. But once I get my first period, obviously that will subside and be less stressful. But yeah, I would definitely say it's worth it, especially if you're going through like a stage of like numbness where you just don't feel like you're really getting your heightened emotions or feeling yourself anymore. Then it could just be because you're numbing yourself with contraception. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, I'm not like a specialist. I don't know what will work for you, but this is just what's my experience and what's happened with me. So I do want to caveat that, because obviously if you want to stay on contraception, that is absolutely your prerogative, and they're coming from a girl who did for 15 years. So this is just my experience coming off it, so to try and help you understand what might happen to you. Obviously this is again just my experience, and you might have completely different experiences to me, because everyone's different, so that's just something to be aware of. But it's not too scary. It's definitely an interesting roller coaster, and yeah, I hope this makes you feel less scared, less stressed by the thought of coming off it, because life's too short not to be living your best life and your hottest, richest, fittest life, and maybe coming off will unlock that for you and unlock a certain drive for you. I know that I probably will get heavier periods when I do get them back, and that's just something to be aware of. And yeah, I know that some people's skin changes quite a lot, but mine has not currently, so I will keep you posted in other videos. So definitely follow along if this is something that you are interested in. Definitely subscribe if you want more information on how this affected me, and I'll do an update in the next few months, and I'll explain exactly what has happened and how I'm feeling after 3 months of coming off the pill. So I hope this helps. I'm excited to see what my new life will look like. If you want more tips and tricks on how to live your hottest, richest, fittest life and more honest, open kind of experiences, then follow along, as I'm doing more different challenges to glow up mentally, physically and emotionally, and I will share all the tips and tricks and everything that I'm doing on here. Have an amazing day.